What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and I officially turned 30 this May. So, as a lover of comic books and of comic book movies, I decided to watch every live-action, theatrically released Marvel and DC film dating as far back as the 1950s. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy this review series I'm officially dubbing The Road to 30. Today, we're talking about 1960s Batman, the movie. Now, much like George Reeves as Superman, Adam West has a generation of fans that see him as the quintessential portrayal of Batman. Unfortunately, his movie also kind of stinks. I've also already technically reviewed this movie in a Batman ranking I did last year for Batman Day, so I'll link those videos in the description below if you want. Released between the first and second seasons of the 1960s series, Batman the movie sees the dynamic duo try to foil the quote-unquote fearsome foursome. What are Catwoman, Joker, Riddler, and Penguin's so-called plan for world domination, you may ask? Why, none other than turning the world's leaders into dust via a dehydration weapon. I don't know. Okay, look, there's dumb bat gadgets and one-liners. I mean, what do you really expect from something of this era? Speaking of bat gadgets, the famous, or rather infamous, shark repellent bat spray makes its introduction here as well.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray!
There's also a hilariously dumb bit where Batman can't seem to get rid of a bomb. it's funny, but it's kind of stupid. Look, this movie is all types of cheese, but it worked in the 60s. I mean, something like that being made nowadays would probably be sacrilege, though. The villains here are kind of amazing, with Frank Gorshin's Riddler being, essentially the inspiration for Jim Carrey's take when he took over the role in the 90s. The legendary Burgess Meredith of Twilight Zone fame also plays this squawking version of the Penguin, and he's almost kind of like the leader of the group too, which was kind of cool. Cesar Romero was also chewing up the scenery as this comedically accurate Joker, even though he didn't want to shave off his mustache, infamously. So if you look closely, you can see there's paint literally over his mustache. It's kind of funny. And Lee Merriweather did the whole cat-like persona of Catwoman way before Halle Berry did it in the 2005 movie or 2004 movie, but we're not going to talk about that one here. I'm just saying she did a good job. She did a good job. But the Batmobile, of course, is one of, if not the coolest part about the 1960s Batman. And interestingly enough, it sold for over $4 million about a decade ago at an auction, which is insane, but well-deserved. Well-deserved. As for the overbearing cons, it really is kind of a drag to get through. Like, it's not necessarily boring, but everything that happens is just so over the top and incredibly ridiculous that there's like no way for a 90s baby like me to really kind of get into it. And the thing is, I like spoof movies. I'm a huge fan of parodies, and I can somehow, if I could turn that side of my brain off where I could just be like, okay, I'm going to enjoy it for just what it is, I probably would like it a lot more. But I can't. And the main reason for that is because I'm an avid Batman fan. So this version of the character just does not jive with me. Admittedly, the boom, bam, pows, they add a certain flavor to the action that's going on, and it's kind of hilarious to see a borderline out of shape Batman and Robin just throwing double fists and haymakers at these guys and tossing them over the boat and whatnot. I mean, it is kind of funny, but sometimes it's a bit much. Overall, I'd have to place Batman the movie in the lower C tier of my ranking. That's a 1.5 out of 5 or a 3 out of 10. And while certainly not a terrible film like Superman and the Mole Men, seeing as it plays like a parody of the character, I do, like I said, I do love me a good spoof movie. I think growing up with Keaton, Bale, and Affleck as, Batman just kind of spoiled me into liking the more dark, serious version of the character. So for a project that's really not supposed to be taken so seriously, and it has its myriad of fans, it's pretty bad. Sorry, Adam West fans. I did like him in Family Guy, though.
Fly free, turkey!
But that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and get in my comments with your thoughts on 1966's Batman the movie, as well as what Marvel or DC film you're excited for me to talk about next. But until next time, take care and God bless.